Hey everybody, Acid Rain 64 here, and welcome back to another part of Let's Play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. In the last part, we collected some stuff, including the other medallions, and in this part, we're going to go ahead and clear this dungeon, the second dungeon of the Dark World. Now, before I advance, I just want to mention that I did upgrade my arrows and bombs quite a bit. So if you can see up there, I'm now up to 30 bombs and 50 arrows. And I figure at this point I need to upgrade both of them 3 more times to get the max. So I need to get 600 more rupees before I can get the max of the bomb and arrows. But I'll worry about that off screen, as I said before. Okay, so coming into this dungeon, first off, you'll notice that there is these ledges and a drain over here, and there's nothing we can really do at this point. So if we come up here and read this, it says, Link, Izai, Sarasla. Objects exist simultaneously in both worlds with similar shapes. If the form of a thing changes, it will affect the shape of its twin in the other world. Yeah, so that kind of is hinting to what we gotta do. Now, I don't think I've actually done this before. Yeah, I have, because you had to do it in order to get a heart piece. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna warp to the light world, and we're gonna go ahead and drain this pond. And that is going to affect the Dark World as well. And it's kind of neat how they do this, only I think this is the only dungeon where they actually implement that kind of thing. But still, it's pretty awesome. So if you pull that right switch, it drains this. And now once we go into the Dark World, it'll be filled up as well. And we'll be able to swim onto those ledges. So let's go ahead and check that out. Now, I'm actually recording this on May 22nd. And I'm actually pretty happy because today I have the day off and don't have to do anything at all. But anywho, I'm actually going to record quite a bit. I'm planning on getting 4 or 5 episodes done in this segment. So I'm pretty happy about being able to do that. I think what I'm going to do is this dungeon, the collection stuff between the next 2 dungeons, because pretty much after we beat this dungeon and collect some stuff, we'll actually be ready to clear out the next 2 dungeons, because there's nothing in between the next 2 dungeons that you have to collect in between them. So basically I'm thinking about doing this, the collection stuff, and those 2 dungeons. And they're both fairly short if you know what you're doing, which I don't know what I'm doing with that, with one of the dungeons, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, so this Let's Play is going to be done before the end of June. At least by the end of June. That should be the maximum, I should say, because this Let's Play should not go on after June, because if it does, then there is something terribly wrong. I mean, unless something happens, but the odds of that happening. Oh, I'm not gonna jinx myself, but you know, I should have this done, I think, by mid-June. It just depends on how often I keep up with uploads. And recently, I've been kind of slacking, and I can only blame that on my laziness. But I'm trying to get back up on track. And I've actually been playing a game a lot lately that might be the next Let's Play I do. It just depends on my mood with the game. Because it's an RTS. I'll go ahead and say that. But this might not be the next Let's Play. I'm just kind of mentioning it. But the game has it's an RTS, and it's divided into, I think, 15 missions for the main story. And each mission has mission objectives. Well, obviously it has mission objectives, but it does have medals that you can get. So you can get a gold medal in the mission if you complete 2 optional objectives. So it's like finish the mission in another 30 minutes, or clear out all of these ants or something like that. So that kind of also hints to what it is when I say ants with an RTS. But so if I did a Let's Play of that game, I would be shooting for getting gold in all the missions. It would just depend on if I'm able to clear out my old data, because I should be able to do that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but that's a very big possibility. And also another possibility for Let's Play I might do is also one I've done before, and it was actually the very first Let's Play I ever completed. And I've done 3 games from the series so far on this channel, and this one would actually be the next one in line, because I've done them all in chronological order. So, and from what they were released. But that's just a possibility, another possibility, and I think those are going to be the 2 main candidates. But anywho, that's that. So let's go ahead and talk about the game. So as you can see, this dungeon is largely water-based. So I guess you could call this the water dungeon in this game, because you're draining water into these rooms, and that's your big thing. Now I'm not sure if you can get that key, because there was a key down in that skull. So actually I think you need a key to get to this room. So that's kind of how they safeguard it, I think. But anywho, yeah, there's a lot of draining, there's fireballs, a lot of swimming. So this is the dungeon that you have to have the Zora's flippers for. If you don't have the Zora's flippers when you come here, then you can't do this dungeon, because you have to swim. So I don't think there's anything that you need the flippers for up to this point. So if you don't have them before coming into this dungeon, then you may want to get them, or else you're not going to get very far. And of course there's nothing over that way. Man, those enemies, those water form enemies, I don't even know what they are, but those are really annoying because they're hard to dodge, especially in like a little area like that. But anywho, this dungeon is actually pretty short, probably shorter than the last dungeon, because it's very linear, I think. Probably the only thing that's not very linear is the big room that has the boss door, or the big chest, I should say, not boss door. But dang it, I went to the wrong one. You actually have to fall to the left here, because that gives you the big key. So I kind of effed up there. But all we have to do is climb back up this room. But I have very vague memories of this dungeon. And actually, this game, I had an uncle who had it on his Super Nintendo, and I played the crap out of it then. Oh wait, crap! I thought that was gonna be the big key. I gotta make sure that thing's down, I guess. So I gotta backtrack and do that. But my uncle had this on his Super Nintendo, and I remember actually, the very first time I saw this game, I remember going to my grandparents' house, and my uncle had it hooked up in their living room, and was playing it, and I remember the beginning scene, at the beginning of the game when it's all rainy and gloomy and everything. But I remember that, and that's like one of my earliest memories with this game. And eventually, we ended up with his Super Nintendo, for some reason. So I played the game then, but I didn't really get too into it. I mean, I probably got through the light world, and that was it. God, I'm just taking hits left and right, ain't I? But eventually, the time I really got into this game was when they released it for the Game Boy Advance, with Four Swords Adventure. And I was actually really into the Game Boy at that time with, you know, Pokemon and everything. So eventually I got this game, and I remember the day I got it too, and I remember where I got it at. But it was really cool, and I got into the game, and I began a journey of epic proportions. And I remember actually fighting some of the bosses. Like, for example, the third dungeon that we're going to go to, actually the next one after this, I remember fighting that boss at a daycare I used to go to. and that was a lot of fun. I remember I got lucky with it too. It was before I knew a certain trick you could do. But yeah, there's, you know, a lot of nostalgia with this game from different points in my life, actually. But I do remember this dungeon very vaguely, but I still remember it. Boing! This is the hook shot. It extends and contracts, and boing! It can grapple many things. Yes, the introduction of the hook shot was in this game. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things to add to that little nostalgia thing there. You know, I remember later parts of this game very vaguely as well. This is a very nostalgic game, and those are honestly some of some of the best games I like to play, the ones that are the most nostalgic, because it's like, you know, I've played this before. I have memories with this game. Not that I only play nostalgic games, but you know, they're just the ones that I enjoy playing the most. Okay, anyways, we got the hook shot, which can be used to not only allow us to grapple to things, but it can also be used as a weapon, as you can see, which is extremely helpful. And it's actually a really good weapon. And of course you'll see that we're going to use it on the boss. And I really enjoy it. And I knew I took the wrong door. I just knew it. Huh. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what all we're going to have to do after this part. I mean, I have the guide in front of me, but I'm not really looking at it. Man, of course. I'm actually going to come back to that room. See, now we got to go clear back over to the other side. And we're going to have to push that switch over. Huh. Man, at least I got that beeping to stop. Because that was getting fairly annoying. I know another thing I'm going to have to do today. I'm actually going to work on a heart piece menu video, which is actually something I planned on doing with this Let's Play. It's basically going to be a map of Hyrule that shows where to get all the heart pieces. And I think that's going to be a very interesting thing to do. So it's going to be like a map. The video is going to be a map of Hyrule, and there's going to be one for the light and dark world, and it's going to show the location of all the heart pieces, and it's also going to show the item that you need to get the heart piece. So if you need bombs, there will be like a bomb icon next to it, and what you'll be able to do is click on the heart piece through an annotation, and it'll take you to the point in the Let's Play where I got that heart piece. And that just sounds like, you know, a very cool thing to do. I wanted to do it with my Wind Waker Let's Play. I was actually going to do like a map of the ocean and just kind of show all the treasure chests or treasure charts and all the heart pieces. But that would just, you know, would have been a huge hassle. So I just kind of gave up on it. As much as I shouldn't have done that, but so that Let's Play still kind of remains unfinished in a way. But, you know, what can I do? I'm not really going to take the time to go and do that now at this point, a year after I finish that Let's Play. But that's just an idea I had with that. Is this going to be a key? Okay, so you do need to actually get that. See, this is like a really jerkish thing that they do. I don't know why they couldn't program the enemies to, like, be killable from, like, down a level. But, oh well. We're actually almost done with this dungeon. I'm not sure how long I've been recording at this point, but... Anywho, welcome to the boss. This boss is very interesting. Basically, you have to destroy these things that are on it, and they kind of protect them. Whoop. The only thing is that if they can go back to him, which is weird. But this boss is very, very easy, I think. At least in my opinion. Aw, man. Okay. Big oculoid. I don't know what this thing's name is, but... I mean, this is one of my favorite bosses, actually. Okay, so after we take care of all those things... And this is where the boss gets annoying, too. It actually starts, like, going around the floor. Oh, boy. And eventually, if you don't hit him, he'll go back up on the ceiling. Okay, come on. Oh, I died. I think I have a fairy. I was gonna say, wouldn't that suck if I didn't? I think I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to start carrying a potion on me. You know, even though I have all these hearts, things are still pretty difficult. Yeah, well, you can actually cheat with the sword. Because if you do it at the right moment, as soon as he falls down, you can actually hit him. Because he does have invisibility frames, I think. Or invincibility. But anyway, there's another heart container, and the second crystal. Alright. What do you have to say? Give us your wisdom. Link, because of you I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few knew of its location. But at some point that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points, like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf. The thief, no. Ganon, the King of Darkness. Do you understand? Yes, I do. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright, and so that's it for the second dungeon of the game. Now, in the next part, we're going to go ahead and clear out some collectibles. And that should be all I do in the next part, and then after that, we're going to go clear out the next two dungeons. So pretty soon we'll be halfway through the Dark World already, which is great. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this part, please feel free to subscribe and do all that other good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next part.